What's up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Lou Streets, and now I'm back with another segment of LS Vision. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. So in this particular video, I'm going to speak slowly. I want to speak candidly and try to be as clear-minded as possible without getting scatterbrained. So just bear with me, right? So in this video, I want to talk about dealing with trolling and negative interactions, and that in regards to people starting a channel or having a channel, right? So we constantly always have our phones with us, our laptops, our tablets, or whatever, because we're in the digital era. And with that being said, you're constantly consuming content. And of those people that are constantly consuming content, let's say roughly 65 to 70% probably want to make content, but they don't. And that's the group that I want to talk to, because usually the reason for them not starting is that they don't feel like anybody's going to like their content, or either they do start and they don't get any traffic and then get discouraged and quit. That's the group that I want to speak to. So the reason I feel like I can speak to this group is because the success of the LS Vision gaming channel is not guaranteed. Now, granted, I am trending upward. I'm closing in on 1,200 subscribers, and I'm getting closer and closer to the requirement for monetization as far as watch time hours. And I want to thank you guys for that, because that's a direct result of you guys supporting the channel and engaging and being interested in what I present. And I'm 100% grateful for that, right? But still, all in all, the success of this channel is not guaranteed. It's still a small channel. It could die at any minute. Hopefully that's not the case. Now, the reason I feel like I'm the perfect person to tell you guys this is because you'll hear these same messages from somebody who's much more successful, like a Harris Heller, who I watch a lot, a Dado Doya, a J.M. Crops, a Maximilian Dude. These guys are already cemented in their success. So it's like when they give you guys these messages, it doesn't really go through because you feel like they're not relatable. In fact, I remember earlier this year, I can't remember how long ago it was, but I know it was this calendar year. I remember Harris Heller did a video about 35 ways to generate revenue if you're a content creator. And I remember at the beginning of this video, he said something that caught my attention. He stated that the video put him in a vulnerable space because he felt like if he told you guys what he made per month between Twitch and his content and all these other avenues he referred to in the video, he was worried that he would lose relatability and support because he's successful. And that's something that I want to focus on right there. So in regards to what Harris said, it kind of defines the whole entire point of this video that made me create this based on the negative interaction. He pretty much confirmed that he was worried that if he told you he was doing well, you wouldn't show love anymore. And that's like a really, really weird mental thing. But when you break it down, anytime you get a negative interaction on your channel, or like some negative comments, or somebody giving you some terrible energy, it's almost always because they're trying to do the same thing that you're doing, but they're not doing it as successfully. And so because they can't really figure that out, it's kind of like, let me see this guy over here doing well. Well, what is so cool about what he's doing that he's getting some traction while I'm not? And even when Harris said that, it kind of blew my mind, because it's like, if we're watching you to gain information to get better, and you have that information, and you're willing to share that information, why is it when you decide to tell us how well information has worked out for you, that now we're supposed to not support you because we can't relate anymore because you're doing too well? I can't like that. That's kind of the same place that a troll comes from on your channel. Now, granted, your channel may not be as large, so you don't view it the same way Harris does, but it still stems from the same exact place. That's what I wanted to focus on. So in referring to that, what I mean is, you can't take your own personal value of your channel or your work and base it in that person's negativity. And the reason being is, you don't even know where that negativity is coming from. Like I said, it's almost always coming from a place of them being jealous of maybe what your channel is doing or what it looks like your channel will do. Instead, your value should be placed in the process of what you learn and where you're trying to grow. For me, this is presentation. Like if you look at my channel, anybody who's familiar with my channel, especially since the early days as I've learned more and added more, if you look at my channel, things are always changing, things are always evolving. My bottom banner is not the same as what it used to be initially. When it comes to the way I do my audio, the way I do my intro, the way I do my outro, or even the biggest thing for me, speaking on camera. It's not a natural thing to talk as if you're talking to a wide array of people when you're in a room by yourself, just looking at a camera. And you're looking at a camera that can't show you what you're seeing back on it. So you really gotta like just kind of feel this out, and it's gotta be natural. For me, that was like the biggest thing. Now, think about this. Your favorite content creators. Do you notice one particular thing about their videos? And you're gonna see it in this video as well, but notice one particular thing about their videos, especially when they're giving you commentary that's not revolving around a game, so it's not a live reaction. Jump cuts. You wanna know why you see so many jump cuts? Because these are humans. They misspeak, they mispronounce, they misenunciate, they lose their train of thought sometimes. I've done it in this video myself, and I had to stop and regather and recut. So this is like a normal thing, but when you're starting out, you probably putting this pressure on yourself of, oh, I gotta speak perfectly. I gotta sound like I know what I'm talking about. I can't stutter, I can't mispronounce. If I do mispronounce, they're gonna think I sound stupid. These are probably thoughts I had myself when I first started this channel, and I know that I speak well, but these are still natural human thoughts. So it's about having a mentality of where do you place your value at? It's in the process. It's not in the response, it's always in the process. Now, when I talk about finding value in the process, the reason I say that is because if you find value in something external, you're gonna quit because negative interactions are just inevitable. And think about this. I'm not a psychologist by any stretch of the imagination. I don't have any medical knowledge, clinical knowledge, or psychological knowledge, but I have experience, and you have experience in life. Think about this as a human. If you were to get 7 positive impressions, but 3 negative impressions, which one are you gonna focus on? You're probably gonna give the positive impressions just like a like, you know, something like that, a like, a thank you comment. But when you get a negative interaction, your natural inclination is to defend yourself because you know what you put into said situation. Now, let's translate this to social media, right? I remember seeing this report like a long time ago. I can't remember what it was, if it was like a report, poll, something like that, but it talked about how on social media apps, when public posts are made, they tend to be negative. And do you want to know why? Humans, for whatever reason, we're hardwired to zone in on negative things. So it's like, and it's probably like due to emotional response. So if a negative post is out there, the point of it is to make you engage because it pulls at you emotionally, and you're going to interact more because you're probably going to have a difference of opinion with somebody in the comments or something like that. But the main goal is to get you to interact. And when you're interacting, you know what you're doing? You're spending more time on the app. When you're spending more time on the app, you're creating more traffic, which in turn helps out with those apps getting more ad revenue. You know what I'm saying? Because it's user time. So that's no different than a negative interaction in your comments. If you see that you want to defend yourself, you're losing sight of your value, because it's like, hey, I put my time into this. This guy's being negative to me. I'm going to attack him. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. But it's silly because the reality is it's inevitable. You can't defend yourself against every single person. So the point of placing your value in the process is so you can be emotionally detached from when you do get attacked, because you know what you put into it. And as I said, that process is different for everyone else, but it's the one thing you can control, because you can't control the negative interaction. So it makes no sense to engage in it. So peep it, right? Even in me making this video, you could perceive this as me hyper-focusing on a negative experience. Because as I said, somebody tried to interact with me in this way, and I thought about in the gym, like, yo, I got an idea for a vid about how to deal with trolling that I should make today. You could perceive that as me hyper-focusing on it when really it's not. I just felt like I'm in a relatable position to give you guys a teachable moment. Because it seems like, for whatever reason, if a person at the top does it, you just don't listen. But with me, I'm closing in on 1,200 subscribers. This channel could die tomorrow. Or it could shoot off in the future and have 1 million subs or something like that and just be growing and growing and growing. But for some reason, when you see somebody that's already at the top, you take it in as that like they were just there, like they just appeared there. Like, no, bro, like it was work that went into it, work that you can do, because they started at the bottom themselves. Something that I used to like to do, I haven't really done it recently, but this is kind of like another mental trick I would play on myself just to keep things going forward and keep moving and keep being positive. I would look at the origin of people's channels. So it's like, if I wouldn't go, like, once again, I'm gonna refer to like big time gaming content creators, but like I remember like one day I went and looked at Max's channel, I looked at Harris's channel, I looked at Rufumungo's channel, I looked at Dado Doya's channel. I went and looked at the origin dates of all their channels. Do you know these guys' channels has been around some 5 years, some 7 years, some 10 years? Like, they're putting in like real time. So not to say that it's just like this grind that you gotta just commit the rest of your life to, but it's like it's just building blocks. But seeing that, it reinforces that positive thinking and that focusing on the value of the process, because it's like, yo, that 7 years, that's the process. That's the process right there. The 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. It's not where they just shot off with an amazing video. Some people do get lucky and take off quickly, but you know what? Even if you don't do that, that doesn't mean that you're gonna have a level of success that's not sustainable, because in reality, when you grow slowly, it feels like there's more value into the commitment. The community's building with you. They're building around you. They're taking you in. They're wrapping their arms around you. When somebody just shoots off overnight, they just might be a flash in the pan that caught the right video at the right time. But what about the videos around it? So that's my overall point of this entire video. And I hope that I didn't make it too long, but like, it just hit me like I'm the perfect person to tell you guys this, because I've gotten way past that moment of caring about what people think about my content. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But that's not gonna stop me from making it, because my excitement doesn't come from what people say about it. Granted, I love when I get a positive reinforcement, but that's not what, if I make a video that has 10 views or a video that has 10,000, I feel the same about both. And in regards to that video that only has 10 views, I'll be thinking like, okay, what can I do to make this better? Did I rank the tags right? Did I make it searchable? I never think that it's the quality of the video. I always think about the external factors as far as what did I do to provide awareness for this video? Things like that. Think about the things that you control, because you can't control the negative interaction. So with that being said, man, I hope I provided some perspective. I hope I didn't ramble on too long. I hope I didn't have you lost in the sauce as far as how I did the commentary on this. But I just wanted to try to share. Like I was in the gym, the thought hit me, and I'm like, you know what? Last year when I made an idea similar to this, my channel was still super small. But now that I'm getting like a little bit of support and a little bit of upward trending, I kind of want you guys to know what comes with that and how you can look past that, or how you can even just get started and get your channel rolling. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I hope I was clear-minded. I hope I was communicative. If not, hey, I'll try to do better next time. If you guys did like the video, please hit the like button for me, and of course hit subscribe, because hey, as I said, we almost got them watch hours. We almost about to monetize. But until the next time, it is your boy Louie. I want you guys to stay focused, stay confident, stay creative. Till the next time, peace out. God gear, put that God gear on. This looks amazing though. Like, look at the environment. This actually would it be blasphemous for me to say that this potentially looks better than Batman? And I feel like the only reason